Hey everybody, it's Alexis with Create Your Future, and I am back today, you guys, with a brand new video, a brand new success story, and also some tips and tricks about how to manifest through anxiety, how to manifest through fear, and if you have a tendency to have fear and anxiety come up in love and relationships, and also if you have past trauma about these things. Before I get started, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, and please hit the bell icon in the box below. And like always, you get notified whenever we post new videos. Also, you guys, if you're watching this when it airs, happy Monday. Let's intend right now, as I like us to always do, for you to get something out of this video, for this to propel you into a great week or whenever you're watching this video, and for this to also clear up any issues that you have about yourself, about anxiety, worry, and fear, which I see a lot in my one-on-one clients, and I have experienced a lot myself, and that getting in the way of a manifestation, how we can use it to help propel you forwards. And also, if you have a tendency from past traumas, childhood wounds, and things like that, how we can once and for all rewrite all of that stuff and get you what you want in your reality, whether it's being adored and loved, a bunch of money landing in your reality, or whatever you'd like. Okay. So this client, I think her situation and what she was manifesting will make sense to a lot of people. And it's a really common thing I see with a lot of my clients. I have to say that this client, I am really, really, really proud of her. It's very touching for me. It almost brings tears to my eyes, as you can see, that she manifests through what she was creating. She got to the other side of it, and she created love, being adored, being treasured, being pursued by her SP. And when I got this email, she also included that they're moving in together. They're picking out a place, either a house or an apartment, to live together, and everything is really working in her favor. So as she points out in her success story, we had a session right before I went on my maternity leave, and she was not having the best of times. She was focusing on the negative. She was super worried. She was really fearful. She was worried that they were going to break up. She was worried that it wouldn't work out. She was checking social media. She was doing a lot of things from those three big ones I mentioned: anxiety, worry, and fear. Now, until I actually brought it up to her, she wasn't really aware that she was anxious, worried, and afraid. So this is the same thing if you're manifesting for an SP and you think it's not possible and you're anxious, worried, and afraid, which leads us to sometimes check social media, look for evidence in your 3D physical reality. And when we do that, we generally see more of what we don't want. Okay. So this situation and this story can apply to you even if there is physical separation from you and your SP in your physical reality, or you're manifesting for a change, or you're manifesting for a version change, because what we don't want is to give into anxiety, worry, and fear. You especially do not want the fear to run the show, the fear to disable you, and the fear to tell you that, number one, you're not the creator, that you're affected by your reality, that you're the victim of everyone and everything around you, and that you are not the operant power, right? So first of all, if you are experiencing those three big ones, right? Anxiety, worry, or fear, or one of those three, then you want to also start asking yourself, I had said this in my previous video last week, are you really embodying, and are you really deciding, are you really knowing that you are the operant power, that you are the creator, and that you are the beautiful epicenter of all things, right? So like, as I say that, you guys, I'd like you to start thinking about, like, look around wherever you are, whether there are people there. If you're driving, please be careful. If you're sitting in a space, like I'm sitting in my office, right? I'd like you to start thinking of it like this, because it overrides the anxiety, worry, or fear, and start thinking, wow, this whole world here is somehow, some way, my creation. I've said this before, but I like to think I was created by a creator, and therefore I am meant to create. And I'm creating beautiful moments and things and people on purpose now. Okay. So really start to think and like start to notice and sit with yourself like this a couple times a day, even 10 times a day. Slow yourself down and think, this whole thing is my creation. This whole thing has erupted from inside me and it's outside of me. Now, what can often disable us from thinking that really is because it scares us, right? So we're back into fear, or we feel super, super accountable. Let's not take that route though this time. Let's think, wow, I'm really embracing, I'm really learning, I'm really understanding that I am the creator of this whole experience at a deeper level. And that is helping kick out the underlying anxiety, worry, or fear. If you pause the video or go back, those are intentions for being a creator in a different way. It's different than I'm a master manifester. I'm getting what I want. I have this. I'm doing this. If that perspective doesn't work for you, then a gentler way to talk to yourself is, wow, I am the creator of this whole experience. Let me sit in awe of that fact. Let me understand that this quantum reality outside of me came from within me, inside of me. Okay. So just like this client, I recommend to everybody to start doing that so that when in doubt, when you're manifesting, we come back to a mantra, right? Or a way that you tell yourself, you describe to yourself that you are the creator because you are. Just as another reminder, always helpful to say in all the videos, you are the creator of your reality. Your reality outside of you comes from within you, and you're here experiencing it, right? You're here experiencing it until you go to another one. That whole thing could be for another video. This one, we're focusing on practical manifesting, right? Because that's what really matters if you have anxiety, worry, or fear, and how to overwrite it. So let me get to the success story, and then I'll go into some other tips about how to do that. Okay, so I've been coaching with Alexis for over a year, and she has helped me manifest so many wonderful things. Most of my sessions focused on healing deep-seated childhood traumas, wounds, and showing up as the best version of myself in my relationship. I had a session with Alexis right before she went on maternity leave, and I was a complete wreck. Now, you guys, she puts wreck in all capitals, period. Everything seemed to be going differently than I was intending, and I was feeling a lot, again in all caps, of internal anxiety and stress about my relationship. Alexis helped to pinpoint where my anxiety was coming from, and as a result, she helped me see how it was manifesting in different areas within my relationship. We created a game plan, and she gave me some helpful affirmations about being safe, stable, and secure in my relationship, owning my safety, stability, and security, and enjoying the heck, which is another F word for adult language, out of my relationship. My goal was to send in my success story by late May or mid-June, but things took a little bit longer than expected. One day in July, everything just clicked. I stopped feeling anxious about aspects within my relationship. I stopped trying to control everything, and I just had this overall sense of relaxation with everything. So this is where she moves into a lot of exclamation points. My overall goal was to manifest safety, stability, and security within my relationship, and with that came even better manifestations. I recently manifested my boyfriend and I moving in together in October, and I'm the happiest I've ever been in my relationship. Now, that's not to say that I don't have setbacks, but because I do, but I'm able to bounce back quickly and go right back to my mental diet. And in parentheses, my boyfriend even commented that he notices I feel more relaxed with things. I wanted to share my story to let people know it is possible to have a happy, fulfilling relationship despite any trauma you may have experienced. I'm so happy and grateful to have Alexis as my amazing coach and cannot wait to continue moving forwards. Anything is possible. Thank you. All right, you guys. So like this client mentioned, she had a lot of childhood trauma and a lot of childhood wounds that were about abandonment, right? About usually either we have one of two, either strongly about abandonment or strongly about rejection, and that might propel us later in life out of anxiety, worry, and fear to chase after partners and to not create the pursuit and the adoration that we like. Now, sometimes when I do videos, people don't like that I bring up childhood trauma stuff because it makes you want to look at it. Like I always say one-on-one, and I want to make this clear, we look at these things from the past to gain information about what our model of relationships could be and might be, because that was learned from the outer environment, how it's replaying now. And then I and we always use it as information to change it. But you want to know kind of like where you've been to know where you're going. And oftentimes, if you manifested difficulty in relationships, it's just because you're done with all that stuff over there, back there, right? So I'm bringing up this today. If you're listening to this and it's triggering something, then please know it's with the intention to change the future, right? Because that's what we're always doing here at Create Your Future. We're creating the future. We're becoming empowered and owning our reality to create something different. It's not creating from the past. It's saying, thank you for sharing. Glad I experienced that. I want to experience something different. I'm freaking amazing. I'm adorable. I'm stable. I'm secure. I'm safe. Therefore, everything is happening for me. I'm creating everything from that place. So like I tell a lot of people, if you have those three big ones, again, just to go to some basic tools, anxiety, worry, or fear, we want to disable those through focusing intently through the power of your intention, the power of your inner world, in whatever way that works for you, on being safe, stable, secure. Now, if you've been and you are still operating out of anxiety, worry, or fear, it's going to be foreign to feel safe, stable, secure. So just like this client, what happens to a lot of people is that it's really the lack of safety, the lack of security, the lack of stability that is functioning within them that is making them do behaviors. Right? So the answer is to focus on those three aspects in all the ways that you can. Yes, it's intentions, but it could also be surrounding yourself with things that feel safe, stable, secure. It can be watching movies that for you instigate within you safety, stability, security, right? It's different for everybody. Using the power of your imagination, the power of your thoughts to cultivate a new you is really what you're doing here. This is really deep, deep self-concept work. Oftentimes, if we're doing affirmations about being confident, being beautiful, being worthy, being deserving, if we don't have that inner mechanism of safety, of stability, then those don't stick. That's why a lot of people that come to one-on-one coaching, we dig into what's happened, we dig into what's really going on to understand why they're not getting what they're focusing on, right? So that is what she and I did over and over again. And then lo and behold, it all finally clicked, because other things to keep in mind here is that if you are working on building safety, stability, security within you, then it generally takes reiterating that, right? Thinking it on purpose, reiterating it, owning it, owning it, and owning it without it happening outside of you, without looking for evidence, right? It's not a day of intentions of, hey, I'm safe, I'm stable, I'm secure. And then looking and saying, hey, this is still happening outside of me. I feel anxious, worried, and afraid. So here you get a feedback loop from the anxiety, worry, or fear. This is the answer to that. This is what the work that a lot of people don't want to do, but that's necessary to create the lasting love, lasting stability, have lasting confidence, comes from that quiet stability and security within you. Because you guys, the thing is here is that nobody in your reality can, number one, give you safety and security unless you have it first. And number two, people really aren't here for that. We're here to develop an empowered, creator, dependable, worthwhile sense of self that enables you to do these things and for you to be your own backbone. If you came from a lineage or a history or where you didn't have that before, then that's probably your missing component, right? Your SP is not here to give you safety. Now, the funny thing is, once you start feeling safe and safe and safe, then safety appears outside of you because you have it within you, is the funny thing about that. So it's like every other video I've ever done. You can't have what you want without having it first. All right. So I've touched upon a lot of different tips and tricks in this video today. But if you are manifesting for an SP, this client, once upon a time, they were having so many issues. Like she mentioned, she was seeing negatives in everything. She was in a state of lack. And then look what she did. She focused on herself. She really used everyone as you pushed out, focused on herself, and then the outer reality changed. So this is your tip today. This is my video for you. If you're feeling discouraged, if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling worried, if you're feeling afraid, know that that's okay. That's just how you've been probably for a long time with a lot of things outside your SP, right? So we want to get back on board with being stable, creating from within, and then you can have, be, or do anything that you want. It's all possible for you. All right. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Please go out and make today awesome. If it's Monday for you, then have a great start to your week and know that I'm thinking about you and I intend for your success. All right, you guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.